Hello and welcome to episode 15 of
The Complete Charting Guide.
There's no required content for this video. Alright, let's start with, if you click up here on the top taskbar, song properties, you can get to this page. This is where you're going to be doing all your metadata before you export the song. First we have name, which is the name of the song. If the name has foreign characters in it, you do I, she, te. I, she, te. This is called romanizing the title. For this song, it is called Liar. Artist is the name of the person who made the song. If you're on Spotify or whatever, you can literally just look at what it says. For me, I'm the one who made the song, so I know who made it. Your Dusty Guitar. If there's multiple artists, like let's say it's me and person 0. So you could have a comma and then their name. If you want, you can also do it this way, featuring like person 0, person 1, and so on. If you want to add more, you can do whatever way you want. If there is too many artists to fit, like let's say there's 5 people who all worked on a song, you can put various artists. Later, when I show you guys the loading phrase, you would list all the artists in there. If there's someone, like the title of the song has it like this, like featuring person 0, then you don't have to put that in the artist, just leave it in the name of the song. Charter is your charter name. A lot of people just use their Discord name, but you can choose a different like pen name if you want. Just don't use your real name. So I am Your Dusty Guitar. Album is the name of the album. If the song is not part of an album, you're going to put the song name and then single. I would do Liar, parentheses, single. If it was originally released as a single, but later it's been released in an album, put that album in here, and then when we get to year, you put the year the album was released. So I'm just going to put single, because it's not actually out yet. And for the year, which is obviously just going to be the year the single or album was released, I will put 2022. Difficulty is a number basically representing how hard the chart is. This will get its own video on how to determine it, but the quick dirty of it is on a scale of 1 to 6, 1 is really easy, 6 is really hard. 7 to 10 is reserved for incredibly difficult songs. So we'll say it's a 4. Alright, the genre is going to get its own video as well, but for most songs you can look up the song on the internet and it'll say the genre on like Wikipedia or the artist page or whatever. This song, since I know what it is, it's an instrumental, and it's metal, and that should be good enough for here. Media type, you don't care, it never shows up. Next thing I'm going to talk about is the Song.ini. This is a file which is going to go into your final folder once you export it. That tells the game all of this information you put in here and a little bit more. If we go to advanced here, this is the same exact menu. On the top, go to advanced. What you're going to do is just hit add ch tags. All these things we just put in here are all automatically pasted in here and they're formatted correctly. There's still a few more fields you need to fill out though. So I'm going to explain all these real quick. So song length, don't touch that. This is the time in milliseconds of how long the song is. This is automatically generated. If you change it, it will break the song. All right, we've got difficulty of whatever instrument. If you have multiple instruments, these all matter, but if you don't, I just delete them. So we have guitar as our instrument, and we didn't chart anything else, so this is the difficulty of the guitar. The preview start time. When someone hovers over your chart in Clone Hero, it's going to start playing a preview of the song, right? So this is going to tell the game what time in milliseconds it's going to start playing that preview. So we're going to find what time we want. Let's say we want the song to start right here. All right, so let's go to, like right here, 3:15, but this is not milliseconds, and this measures only in milliseconds. So we're gonna have to convert 3 minutes 15 seconds to milliseconds. First, you get it into seconds. So 3 minutes times 60 for 60 seconds is gonna give us 180 seconds, plus the 15, so it's 195 seconds total. Where I'm at. Then I'm going to multiply by 1,000 to get from seconds to milliseconds. So I have 195,000. So icon, playlist track, and album track are all for if you're making a set list. So if you're just releasing it as just a one-off normal chart, as most people do all the time, then you don't have to worry about these. Delay, definitely do not touch this at all because it will break the chart. It's basically just a legacy option. Alright, loading phrase, the last thing on here. This is going to be the flavor text of the chart. When a player clicks on your chart, then before they actually hit play, when they're choosing their instruments and stuff, it'll say like this loading phrase, which can say whatever you want. Most people will put like a fact about the band or the song, or they'll put a joke related to it. But yeah, you can put whatever you want here. Note that not everyone's going to look at your loading phrase, so don't put any essential information here. So that's an interesting fact. There's a lot in here, so let me go over it one more time. All this, you do not have to touch. Preview start time and loading phrase are the only two things you actually have to fill in. From here to here, you don't want to touch those unless you are making a set list. Once you've finished doing all this and your song is completely done, you're going to go to top left, you hit File, Export, Clone Hero Package right here, and export. And then you're going to choose where you're going to save it. I usually just go to Clone Hero, Songs, and then wherever you want to save it. I have a folder right here. Hit export, and now it's exported. So we can close Moonscraper. Alright, so now I'm on Clone Hero, logged into my account, settings, scan your songs in. Alright, so now we can check the song, which is going to be the last song in your no source section if you're sorting by sections. So you've got the name of the song and the artist. You've got the album, the charter, genre, how long the song is. You have the year right here. Okay, so if I click green on this, so before I hit ready, you can see here is the loading phrase. Yorda Guitar wrote this song in 2016 but didn't finish it till 2022. Alright, so everything seems to be working. So if you go back to your files where you saved it at, here it is. So we have, this is the actual files inside of here. Your notes.chart is literally just your Moonscraper version of the song. So this is what we saw in Moonscraper earlier. We have Song.ini is going to be this text document. We have Song.ogg, which is just the song audio. The last required thing for you to do is to get the album art. For 99.99% of your songs, you're going to be able to look up the album or the song on the internet and you'll find the album art or song art. My song doesn't actually have an album art because it's my own song. But, so let's just use a different one as an example. Just look it up, go to images, and look right here. There is the album art. So what you're looking for in this is you want it to be a square. So this is 640 by 640, so that's a square. And you also want it to be above like 500 by 500 so that the quality is good. So I'm just going to go to save image as, to desktop, and I'll be able to find it. Now I have this right here. Once you have the album art, you're going to want to load it into an editor. You're going to want to make it 512 by 512, and you're going to want to make it into a PNG. So I'm going to use Microsoft Paint because it's free, it comes with your computer, and it's really easy to use for this. So you literally just drag this in. So we're going to go to resize, pixels, and we're going to write in 512 right here. Hit OK, and now it is a 512 by 512. You go to File, Save As, and you're going to save it as album.png. So delete all this, call it album, and change the file type to PNG right here. Then I'm just going to go to Clone Hero, Songs, wherever, and then this is the folder, Liar, which is our song. Hit save, and it should be in there. Yep, and here's the folder right here. So we can delete this now. And I'll go back to Clone Hero and check that it is all working. Alright, and there it is. So when I'm looking at this, now you can see the album art I just made is here now. At this point, nothing else is actually required. If you wanted to, this could be completely done for your chart. But here's a few extra things you can add if you want to. If you want to make a custom background. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go take a screenshot of my whole screen, just for example. Bring it back into Paint. So I need it to be 1280 by 720. So let's see, 1280, is that going to match up? Yes, it is. So automatically it just works. If it's not, again, you can crop it to make it work. So then this is it. Do File, Save As. This is the correct folder. It saved it for me. That's nice. So you do background, and you want it to be a JPEG this time. So we save this. Transparency, sure. Now if I load the song in Clone Hero, it should have this as the background. If you want a custom highway for the song, you want a 512 by 1024 picture named highway.png in this folder once again. So let's add one of those. Now you can use any highway or background you want. You don't have to take pictures of your freaking desktop. Alright, so let's go back into Paint once more. And this one's going to require some cropping, so let's check the size. So if I change this to 1024, it'll scale the whole thing. Then I need to make it 512 on this axis. So I can actually see the pixels down there at the bottom. 512, there it is, 512 by 24. So we name it highway.png. Alright, so let's check if these are working now. So let me also mention you have to come down here and do song highways, song backgrounds for this to work. Everything's working as intended. I love that so much. I might have to make a highway with that. Okay, the last thing you can do in here is put a video. You're going to have to convert it into a WebM using VP8 encoder. First of all, the video is going to be same as your background picture, which is 1280 by 720. So there's this program you can install called Handbrake. I'll link it in the description. So literally, I'm just going to go into my videos and find whatever video I want. So drag it in here and close that for a second. You're going to want the format right here when you open this. Turn it to WebM. So you're going to go to video encoder where it says VP9. Change that to VP8. The dimensions right here, 1280 by 720. Nice, that's what I want. And then I think that is it. So you just do start encode. It's going to do it. It totally just saved it back to my videos. That's okay. Let's grab a new file explorer and bring this one back to the Clone Hero song. Liar. So I can delete the background.jpg I had and put in this video I just saved right here. You get to rename it to video.webm. Again, we have to scan our songs. Luckily, this is very quick in the newer Clone Hero versions for all this song scanning we're doing. And let's check. And yes, now there is this video, and it's of me playing Fairy Tale Fables. Now the video will not repeat, it's only going to play one time, as you just saw. Anyway, if you got all this set up, and it's working correctly in Clone Hero, then congratulations on finishing your chart. You've done it. Don't get too ahead of yourself though, because you'll want to ask for feedback and hashtag charting feedback in the Clone Hero Discord before you go showing off your chart. I will make another video on how to get and give feedback effectively, but that is for the future. For now, the next video will be on how to determine the difficulty of your chart. Until then, happy charting.